So, Nottingham. Here we go again. Is it just me? The older I get, the more time passes by. It can't just be me, surely. We're now seeing a immigrant who apparently, from what I hear, was legally here, but was also known to the police, has attacked 3 people with a knife, killed 2, definitely, I'm not sure about the 3rd, then stole a commercial vehicle, and then went on a rampage attacking with a vehicle 3 other people and injuring those, and then was arrested by the police. Now, apparently they brought in an armed response unit and shots were heard. They apparently went through the windscreen of the vehicle. Then the vehicle came to a stop and they got hold of the guy, tased him and arrested him. Now, are the armed response officers that bad a shot that they needed to tase somebody? Had I had the firearm, there'd be no tasing involved. Would there you? I've got to ask a question. Is it just me? Is this what it is now? Is this what this country is? Does nobody else ask, who are we letting in here? Why are we letting them in? There are far too many Guardian reading, champagne sipping socialists who basically are all saying, well, all refugees are welcome. Well, as we're well aware, they're not all refugees. They're coming in here from France, as far as I'm aware, a perfectly peaceful country. Albania, as far as I'm aware, a perfectly peaceful country. And have passed through many, many perfectly peaceful countries to get here. And then they're getting here abusing us, abusing our people, abusing our systems, abusing the benefits that they're getting from taxpayers, just basically taking the piss. And now we have this, and we're seeing it time and time and time again, that people who come into this country and being looked after abuse it. Now, when is this going to end? My opinion is, at some point, and I do hope that I do see this, neither the current government, who don't give a shit about this country, and the opposition, who will win next election, who don't give a shit about this country, don't see that the rising in rage around the country, unspoken, will turn around. The people will turn, because what is it they're saying? 100,000 immigrants will be allowed in this country this year. 100,000. 600 came in, I think it was yesterday, by boat, because the weather's been so beautiful. 600 in one day. Now, we know in autumn and winter that drops, but what happens if it's nice between now and September? It could happen. The weather could be beautiful. 600 a day in all those days. So, my feeling is this has to stop, and at some point there will be some form of civil uprising from the people of this country. And I do feel that's the only thing that will actually reverse this, because the people in power don't care. The man at the top, the unelected Prime Minister, doesn't care about this country, has no love for this country. Before he got the top job, he had a green card, he was getting ready to move to America. So why should he care? He has no loyalty to this country, although he will pay lip service to it. But he hasn't carried out any of his promises. He's spending billions on putting these people in hotels every year, whilst we have ex-servicemen living on the streets, people who live in poverty, still poverty. This is not Victorian England. This is the 21st century England, Britain, sorry. But it's mostly England that are dealing with the immigrants right now. How many of these attacks does there need to be for somebody to say, enough now, and to put a Royal Naval frigate on station outside of our territorial waters in the Channel, and as soon as somebody crosses it, you say you're going to give them one opportunity to turn around or you will be fired upon. It's as simple as that. This has to stop. 2 of the people who were killed yesterday were 19 years old. 19. Let that sink in. 19. They were at university. They were planning. Those plans, whatever those plans were, have gone. Finished. The lives of their family, finished. Because they thought their children were going on to bigger, better, greater things. Apparently not. Apparently not. Now, apparently the Guardian, who are reporting on the Nottingham thing, showed a picture of somebody in handcuffs, but showed a white man's wrists because they're left wing. They don't want to tell the truth when we know the guy's from West Africa. Come on, pass this video around. This has to end. We are having innocent people killed just going about their lawful business. This really has to end. It will end in some form of civil uprising. It will. But by that time, it will be out of control. There'll be a lot of violence. There is not enough police to deal with the kind of violence that's coming. There's not enough military now to deal with the population that will rise up against this. And you have to ask, will the military stand against their own people? I don't see that. I don't see that. But this has to end, and the only way for it to end is that the noise that the population make to the political class of all political colours has to be so loud that it can't be ignored. And this is not putting a tick in a box, because this will never appear on their manifesto. And you know full well, even if it does, it's like Sunak saying, stop the boats. He hasn't stopped the boats at all. He's not helping the cost of what the boats are costing us, even though we're in financial dire straits in this country. None of the political parties will do this. It is time for people to stand up, see your local MP, and make the noise that is required. Go out and march, whatever it takes to get in the papers so that the political class have to listen. But how many more? How many more are we going to hear that asylum seekers or even people who've got leave to remain are just laughing in our faces and breaking all the laws? This country is a great country. We all know that. But it's being abused. This has to stop. That's it from this one. Please push this around. Talk to your friends. This has to end. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.